Just done a quick Zoom call this morning because of the time difference. It was early with Australia. We're talking at this conference. I've got a funeral to go to, so I'm going to go and quickly get changed. Back from the funeral, thinking that these windows need cleaning. A couple of more trucks just arrived. We've moved everything into here now because, other than the Weybridge computer, because my dad couldn't get up the steps. So we've now got a printer. Ian's been nesting. Another 2 Zoom meetings and a load of emails today. Good job it has been raining. Gonna go and get my Starlink now though, set it up because the internet's running a little bit slow and there's too many things going on at once. So I'll go and get that running over here because we're still not got the wired internet in here. We're still running off a dongle. I think nearly all of this pellet stuff has arrived now, so that's pretty good. We've got the OSR in that corner. Got them blocks, not even put them in yet. Don't think we'll need to properly. Then we've got plenty of room in that corner as well. There is a bit to come out the dryer to go here, and then we've got all that for the beans, but that's fitted in quite nicely. If you look at the angle of repose compared to the rate, the OSR, it's like zoom, that's a lot steeper, but you can see better from here. So it means it's easier to stockpile. Like that starts higher, comes forwards what, 6 meters. That starts lower and comes forwards 12 meters. You think them panels are 6 meters long? John reckons another 180 ton to come in, but that'll just go up on the top there, no problem. So yeah, we've got plenty of space left. This last bit of OSR that was a bit patchy now in the dryer. Look at this. They're like weed seeds and little tiny OSR that just fell out the dryer. See what's the Hoover's taken out. Bits of pod, and again more weed seeds. Or as we say now, it's boiler fuel. Because it's so dirty, I reckon what we take out of it will actually be high enough calorific value to dry what's in there. Tell me you've been in the grain shed without telling me you've been in the grain shed. It's yellow. It's a JCB. Yeah, this needs a good blowing out on it. Air filter will as well. Andrew's up here somewhere doing some flailing. I thought I might have heard him, but ever seen what happens to some Harris fencing when you don't know it's in the grass and you hit it with the flail mower? So Andrew the other day was mowing here and it grabbed hold of that, pulled it in, and that's the aftermath. Now I don't know whether that's one piece of fencing or 2, but it totally destroyed it. So I'll have to come back, I think, with the Merlot bucket, collect it up and put it in the scrap before it gets weeds growing around it again and gets hidden again. But yeah, made a mess, didn't it? This is some early sown beans that seem to be worse than the later sown ones because they'd obviously already shut themselves down. Oh, died and been eaten by pigeons already. They'd obviously shut themselves down because it was so dry. I didn't carry on growing, whereas the later sown beans did. So they're not very good at all. Yeah. Actually got blind pods on them, haven't they? It's not even open. That one looks like it's gone, yeah. Split open. Was that pigeons on them because the podded so low? There's Andrew there now. He's mowing the grass verge at the side of the road. Let's have a look at this mustard. So this is not grown for what you'd put on your food. This is grown to multiply it for seed. This is quite prickly. You often see it in a jar all yellow, don't you? Well, this is probably still green inside. Yeah, see the green mustard seeds. Took fairly well, to be honest. Odd bit of fat end in it, which is a bit of a pain. Maybe we'll be able to clean that out. But this was just a burr patch from where the pigeons and the slugs had a little bit of this OSR. Anyway, that's on there now, growing. We'll combine that in a few weeks, and then we'll have some seed, hopefully. Seems to have something dug a hole. It's about 18 inches across. It's really weird, isn't it? From the look of that stone, you nearly think it's been a tyre on it. There. What's done that? It's like the buggy's done it, unless it's when he's been. Did they use the buggy maybe to pull that out of the mower the other day, perhaps, when I wasn't here? There's me thinking it was some sort of like wild animal doing it, but I reckon it was that. Mower offset's better to the right than the left. It's just mowing the grass first. The problem is the other litter then. When we get a chance we do pick it, but council should really. We need to do something about these few trees here as well, because they make me quite blind coming out of this gateway. Yeah, when you're coming out on a tractor, these little bushes and them few wispy bits make it quite blind to see until you get right out. All the pigeons on this field. If I knew it wasn't going to rain this afternoon, I'd have fluffed this straw up because it's quite soggy underneath. See, managed to find every bit of rain that's fell, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so if it's not raining in the morning, we'll roll all this over. It might bale then Thursday. Can dry pretty quick, OSR straw, once it's got a bit of wind to it. Yeah, when we couldn't find all the gas guns the other year and the brambles had taken over, Andrew found it with the flail mower as well, the same day he found the fencing. Oh! I might ring Spalding's and ask them what the warranty's like on them. You know, I mean, it should have really withstood that flail, shouldn't it? Considering the flail mower came off them as well. It should be compatible, shouldn't they? This is what it should look like. Shrapnel now, isn't it? Jigsaw puzzle, anyone? Just done all the Zoom meetings and different things. Good job it's been a wet day, and I've just done something for the news as well, so I'll show you that at the end. Today's birthday, so Benji Craddock, Benji that does the tractor pulling on the Deutz, it's his birthday, he's 39, big 4-0 next year, maybe a big party. Steve Thompson is 45, the chicken man. We've not baled his OSR straw yet because it's still wet, but he's 63. Ted and Sarah, happy 30th wedding anniversary, and also Farmer P is the big 6-0. So there we go, happy birthday everyone on there and anyone else whose birthday is, and look, getting near the 101,000. That 101,000 is enough to keep the air ambulance in blood for a year, and I think the Northwest Air Ambulance is the only one that carries blood. But I think they once said it's like 4 or 5 grand a mission, so that's like 20 missions, so that's potentially nearly 20 lives could have been saved just by reading out people's birthdays. Anyway, I'm a bit grumpy today because of the technical detail that come out yesterday, which you probably saw. If you can, do some field sculptures with the hashtag. Here's the bit anyway I've just done for GB, and yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. It's ironic, isn't it, you know, that
they see food security as, oh, it doesn't matter, we'll bring it from somewhere else. Well, the whole point is that we've got it within the UK. I mean, the timing of that report coming out says it all. If they were proud of it, it'd have been out at 7:30 in the morning and they've been blowing trumpets about it. But I presume they waited for some bad news all day to hide it behind. There was none, so they let it out at 5:30. It's just ludicrous, some of the detail within that. The numbers are just so questionable. I mean, everyone's disproved them, yet they're still going with them numbers of 25% of farms will be affected, 27% of farms will. If 27% of farms are affected, that's a massive lot of food lost.
And Olly Harrison, something else that leapt out to me was the paragraph entitled Economic Impact. And it said, this measure, the inheritance tax rise, is not expected to have any significant macroeconomic impact. So there we go. Nothing to worry about. It won't impact the sector as a whole. What are you complaining about?
Oh, it's just, well, I suppose it's lies, isn't it, really? We've all given them the figures. People very, very clever have given them the figures that have been in this industry all their lives, been in tax numbers and details all their lives, and they've said, look, this is actually going to cost you money. So what is the point of this? It's killing farmers. There's farmers taking their lives every day because of this. There's a national issue with food security. And not just that, we want healthy food as well. We don't want it to travel miles. We've got a huge natural resource in the UK. We can produce more food if we wanted to. If agriculture was investable, we could then export that to other people and bring money into the economy. The whole thing is actually going to cost money. Instead of bringing in 500 million, it's going to cost 1.7 billion. It's been proven. And the knock-on effect over years and years and the decline of agriculture, we're not going to be able to feed ourselves in 10 or 15 years. And there's more people coming in the country every day.
I've had some of your colleagues on earlier on, Clive Bailey, Marcy Williams, Andrew Ward, and I've said to them, I asked them the same question. I'll ask you now. You said many, many times before you're never going to give up on this. Having heard this latest kick in the teeth, how are you feeling about it all?
We aren't going to give up. There's a team at the moment put a JR in, a judicial review, to question the legalities of what's been going on here, because there's no consultation. And when the consultation has come out, they've basically marked their own homework, which doesn't add up. So that's one thing that's going on. And then we're planning an event probably just before the budget in October. We don't really want to, but the doors seem to be shut. They've still got the fingers in their ears. If they're on the summer recess, they should come out and visit farms. My farm is open to them anytime. We can sit down. I'm not going to have a go at them. I know they've made a mistake. It takes a bigger man to admit that mistake. If you're watching James Murray or Rachel, get yourself down here. Let's look at my books. Let's look at the figures. I can take you to meet a lot of farmers that simply can't carry on when someone dies. And, not only that, I can take them to visit relatives of farmers that are considering taking their lives or already have took their lives because they want to save the family farm, because it's all they've ever worked for.